Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this edition of Politics NY. It's where we meet your candidates in 2022. I'm Jane Hanson, and I do 3 questions in 3 minutes. And today our guest is Ana María Archila, who is running for lieutenant governor. She's running on an informal ticket with progressive backing with the candidate who's running for governor, Jumaane Williams, the New York City public advocate. There are so many people in this race, Ana, particularly in the primary, and then we'll see where it goes to the general election. So it's a challenge, but I guess you're really up for it. So talk to me about why you're running.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Jane. I am running because New York is the place that welcomed me as a young immigrant when I came to this country at the age of 17. New York is the place where I found the safety to love who I love, to be queer and proud. New York is the place where my children were born, but New York is one of the richest and most unequal states in the country. It is a place where people are constantly struggling to find affordable housing, affordable childcare, affordable home care for their elders, and it shouldn't be that way. The fact is we don't lack the money, we lack a commitment to address the needs of working families. I'm running for lieutenant governor to make sure that in New York, in Albany, we focus on using the levers of power to help people live better lives, less crushing lives, more joyful lives, by really meeting the emergency that people are facing with the affordability crisis and with climate. And so I want to make sure that I am a lieutenant governor that is constantly lifting up the need to focus on the priorities of working families across the state.
Well, you know, the role of lieutenant governor has always been kind of a standby position, but it sounds like you would take it on as being a real advocate and maybe change the tenor of the role, correct?
That's right. As I have been a community organizer for 20 years, spending time building power that belongs to people so that working class families, immigrant families, Black and brown families are taken seriously in our democracy, are listened to. And for as long as I have been organizing, the governor's office has been a block to progress. The block we have to overcome to raise the minimum wage, to make sure that all children have access to college, to make sure that tenants have protections. And the lieutenant governor has been sort of a quiet participant in that dynamic. But I think that's wrong, because the lieutenant governor is not an appointed office, is not a representative of the governor, is directly elected by the people, and therefore should be a representative of the people inside the governor's mansion. Someone who is always making sure that the needs of working families are taken care of.
I have one final question for you quickly. Is there something we should know about you that we don't?
Most people know me as one of the women who confronted Senator Jeff Flake in the elevator to prevent the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court, to protect the rights of women, the rights of workers, all of the gains that we have made through generations. And that is true. I am someone who has always elevated the idea that we need to speak truth to power. But I also love food. Every morning, I make arepas for my children. Arepas are these corn cakes, Colombian corn cakes, like the Colombian version of a tortilla. And that's what I do every single morning to make sure that my children know where we are from, and so that they carry my love in their belly. And you can't keep me off a dance floor if there is one. So if I'm ever across the state of New York, I'll be dancing with you.
I love that. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a fun time on the campaign trail. Good luck. And thanks everybody for joining us on this edition. See you next time.